Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, and turn on notifications so that you will receive alerts when there are new episodes. Go get it.
This is what I tell them. I've been grinding for so long, I wake up and chase my goals. I go out and I go get it. How to code, that's all I know. I don't succeed, then I don't breathe. Success, what does it mean? If I conquer all my goals, then I'm living out my dream. Dig deep, go out and get it. Success Chronicles. Compete until it's finished. Success Chronicles. Go take care of your business. Success Chronicles. It's deeper than just winning. Success.
Here we go. Hey, what's up, everybody? We are here at the Texas High School Coaches Association Coaches Convention and Clinic. We're here with Dr. Susan Elza, great lady, man, doing some great things. And first, I just want to say thank you so much for everything that you do and have done. And thank you for stopping by to hang out with the Success Chronicles.
Man, I'm glad to be here, and hey, thank you. There's a whole lot of people at UIL, and thank you to all of them for their work. That's what pulls it all together for us. But thank you for having me.
Yes,
I'm fired up about this, y'all.
Let's go. So what I want to do is just dive into it. Talk to us about your journey. You know, what you've been blessed to achieve, some really neat things. So talk to us about your journey and what it is you do now.
Okay. So I started out as a head softball coach at Lakeview Centennial way back in 1993. So I'm starting my 30th year in education. And the year that I came into coaching was I had played college softball, and was the year UIL added softball. So I became a head coach right out of college and had no business probably, but you know, you learn your hardest lessons by your biggest challenges, or maybe your best lessons. They were hard, but they were good, they were rewarding, and I knew I wanted to be an athletic director right off the bat. Got in a master's program so I could get a master's degree and get set up for that, and that's before they were online, by the way. So you went in the summers, you went to classes during the season. Yeah,
I know that life.
I fast forward 3 years. I was at Garland Lakeview 3 years, and then I went to Allen for 12. Went as their head softball coach, and became assistant athletic director in a very short period of time. There was a guy named Todd Graham. Todd Graham was the head football coach there, and he had great vision for athletics and for supporting people and their goals that they aspired to get to. So he put me in a good position to get better. Stayed there ended up coaching softball 10 years. Stayed there 12, and then went on to Northwest ISD, where I became the executive director of athletics. One high school when I got there, 3 when I left.
Wow.
And then Dr. B, I'm so grateful to him. Dr. Brydup, our executive director, came knocking on the door and said, you know what, we need an athletic director at UIL. Would you be interested? And he did it with a number of other people, and I was blessed to be able to capture this role. And I'm starting my 8th year as the UIL athletic director.
Wow. Well, along your journey, I know you've had some great mentors, coaches, people that have poured into you. What's one good bit of advice that they have given you that have helped you in your career?
I think it started with my parents. When you're a female, you're a minority. Period.
Come on.
Some people talking about it, aren't they?
Yeah, they having a good time.
All right, I'm focused back. When you're a minority, period, whether by gender or by race, sometimes you have some special challenges associated with that. So I wanted to get into a field that was primarily, males and primarily football coaches. And, starting with Todd, whenever I got to, actually to Homer Johnson at Garland ISD, starting with him, believing in me, encouraging in me to become an athletic director, and Todd helped that vision, awarded me that assistant AD role. Steve Williams, the athletic director, the longtime athletic director at UIL. Jenny Preston, superintendent. My parents, starting through all those people, and I could name so many, and I'm leaving them all off, to be honest with you.
It's tons.
They built in this belief system, and they explained to you there's going to be so many to me, that there's going to be so many people that are going to tell you can't, and that's not who you focus on. You focus on what your skill set is and what you can bring to the table for leading athletics. And I just tried to continue to sharpen my skills and lean on those that were telling me I could do it, and stay away from those that were telling me that it wasn't possible. And here I am, and I hope that if I can ever help people, that's my goal. That should be our goal as leaders, is to help people. And that's kind of where I'm at. I got here because people gave back to me, and I'm trying to help other people meet their same goals if I can.
and you're not trying. I'll just tell you from an outside perspective, I think you do a great job of that. And we're fortunate as coaches to have you doing what you do. I know a lot of times, when we're doing our thing and impacting, we have our head down and do our thing.
Sure.
And we know that we're striving to make an impact, but sometimes we don't even realize just people being able to see you do what you do.
Yeah. Well, you hope so. I mean, you never want to be that person that is full of themselves.
Right.
They're in love with their power, and because all of us have it. When you're a coach, I mean, you've got power, because kids look up to you and student bodies look up to you and all that. And there's no, with our roles at UIL, we probably feel somewhat elevated. We just feel like we're one of y'all. We're trying to get in the trenches and help you and help serve you, and so that y'all can better serve kids.
Exactly. Well, if there's someone that's looking to be in your shoes and do the things that you do, what's some advice that you would give them that they could do to help them be in that role?
Yeah, I'm trying. There's a book title I'm trying to think of right now, but I cannot think of the name of it. Oh my gosh!
The Impact of Influence. Oh wait, that's my book. Wait, that was
The Impact of Influence.
Yeah, that's the book. No.
Is legit, right? But it's basically, that adversity is the way.
Obstacle is the way.
Obstacle's the way. There you go. I needed help with that. That's
Love
a great
that
book.
book.
And I tell you, you when you look back on your career, you can't feel it. When you're wanting something, you aspire to be something, or you have a failure, you don't realize how much you're learning in those scenarios. And the more that you embrace the setbacks and the things that don't turn out just like you want them to, the more successful you're going to be, because that adversity is what shapes you. That adversity is what gives you strength. But you can't get to these roles without having it. And I think people, they look to you for that, and I look to others for that, and that's what I would say is just, if you're a female, maybe trying to aspire to be in an athletic director role, there's way more than there used to be.
Yes.
And, what I would say to anybody that aspires to a goal that maybe it's not common, don't give up. Believe in yourself, make yourself better, and your opportunity is going to come. Just be patient.
I love that. I'm gonna go off script here.
Okay.
I want to throw a couple words or phrases at you.
Oh man.
And no, this is the fun part. It's good. It's good. And just talk about what comes to mind or heart.
Okay.
For you as I throw these at you.
Right.
And you kind of hit on a little bit of it, so I'm just kind of.
Okay, cool.
So,
I'm all in.
So the first one is living and learning.
So what am I supposed to say?
What comes to heart when you hear the words living and learning?
Living and learning. For me, I reflect back on when I was really young, and I very first started in this career. I just told this story the other day, and I was a softball coach. Okay, first year, and I don't know what everybody aspired to be, but I aspired to be a state champion, just like everybody else.
Come on.
And I remember my first game, and our pitcher is out on the mound, and she's starting to walk batters. She's hit a couple batters, and she starts crying. And I remember I was like, what is she doing crying? You don't cry in softball. And it's just like baseball, right? And I was like, I'm going to be the biggest failure of a coach ever. Like, I mean, that moment in my life flashed before my eyes. My career, all these goals I had for myself, I'm never going to be anything. Is what I pretty much decided in that moment. And I look back on it, I'm a little bit ashamed of myself, because I was more focused on me than that kid on that mound and trying to make it better. And so that living and learning, you got to be patient, and you got to live, and you got to learn through those moments so that you get better for others.
That is good. And the last one I'm going to give you, I'm going to pause a little bit because it's a good one, Coach.
Okay, all right,
it's a good one right here. And the last one is legacy.
Oh, man. Wow. When you get to your 30th year in your career, people, when you talk about the word legacy, I think of all the GOATs in our profession. And I just came off of the Hall of Honor banquet, and you think of Todd Dodge and Coach Brazel and Andy Griffith that was placed in all those people, and you think, man, they were incredible, and look what they did, all these things for kids, and it just gives you goosebumps to think about it.
I had that as you were saying that.
Like, when you talk about legacy, and where I'm at in my 30th year of my career, I don't know what mine's going to end up being when it all culminates, but I just hope that people looked at me as someone that gave back to others and helped others, and that's the most important thing to me. I don't care if I win one award. I don't care if I have any recognition.
Come on.
I want to know that I'm going to look back on it and say I gave it all I have and I helped others, and I'll walk away from this pretty satisfied.
That's awesome. Well, as we close, if you don't mind sharing with the audience where they can go follow you and check you out and show you some love with all the amazing things you got going on.
Okay, well, I don't even know, what is my Twitter handle here? UIL_AD.
There it is.
Is that what it is?
That's it.
Okay.
That's it.
I don't give it out very often, so, well, hey, thank you for having me. This is awesome. You pump the good stuff. You bring out the good, and you want to make sure, people have a resource to celebrate others and to have that impact. And
that's it.
It's big time, so appreciate you having me on here. It means a lot.
Yes, thank you so much for coming by.
Yeah.
Thanks for all you do, and thank you guys for checking out this session. We'll see you next time. God bless. All right, how was that?
Go get it.